Welcome into Chicago, Illinois. It's the city of broad shoulders as the Warriors will play host to the Atlanta Swarm. Hello, everybody. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup, and joining me in the booth this week is my sidekick, Rick Northrup.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chicago. Bang, bang.
And the Warriors, they've won a couple games in a row, Rick, but they're looking to take on an Atlanta team that's better than their 2-4 record indicates.
I think so. I think it's going to be a tough one, actually, for Chicago. We'll see how it goes. And Chicago needs to get on a roll here, needs to get on a winning streak. And let's see if this game can start that off for them, buddy.
Chicago's very pass happy. Atlanta features a good quarterback as well, so it should be an exciting matchup. See the toss the coin there. And the Warriors will take possession of the ball first. And we'll see type attack and the rest of the offense take the field. First is Sammy Steele set to kick off for Atlanta.
Excited to call this game. The Windy City is the ancestral home of both sides of our family, Colin. So, at least my family, not your German family.
Steele kicks it off, and we are underway. This will be fielded from about the 5-yard line up the middle, and brought down is number 37, Maloney. Is Manning on the return.
And Manning, boy, he's all business, just straight up the field. Did you see that, Colin? Not screwing around. Get as many yards as I can for the offense to start off here.
Type attack, number 3 in attempts, number 7 in completions. Also the team's leading rusher is the quarterback. We'll introduce the rest of the starting lineup at the display. It's the 1st and 10. Then go back. Here's the pitch out to Ballou Scott. Stiff arm, and Scott will get knocked out of bounds after a gain of a yard.
Picks up 1, yeah, and let me just remind everybody, if you weren't paying attention, the Rick meter was in for overhaul for this whole season, and the crew actually rallied and got it done early. The Rick meter is now back out on the road, and it's here with us in Chicago, ready to give you all the insights and early info on who's going to win this contest.
That's T to Queen in rush into the bottom of the screen. Dean Jackson is the fullback. Attack back to throw. Down the field, over the head of everybody, incomplete. Wide receivers active for this game are Gus Scott, as well as John Fulton. Tight end is Paulie Truth. Jackie Jones, Jess Fulton, and Garlaza and Robin Mono are the offensive linemen for the Warriors, as it's 3rd and 9 already, 5 wide for Chicago.
Early leverage down for Chicago. Don't want to give up the first possession here without at least trying to win some field position. Come on.
Attack back to throw again. Has to run out of pocket. Will take off himself, and he'll get the first down and plenty more before he gets walloped past the 40-yard line.
He cashes in that first down, but pays for it, doesn't he, Colin?
He sure does, and you see the numbers for Attack there. He loves to run. He leads his team with over 400 rushing yards on the year.
Yeah, he's not afraid to bring it down and tote the rock.
Wolf high wind and Baron Winter, the defensive ends for Atlanta Hall of Famer. Alex Dominguez in the middle at tackle. So here's the pitch out to Jackson, and Dean Jackson will lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
They try that right side of the line again, just like they did on the first play on the previous first down, and doesn't really produce much for him.
Zach Lane on the tackle. He joins Anthony Wyo and Jay Miraculous at the corner spot. Moose Papineau, Grant Hardaway, and Chris Henry, a.k.a. King Henry, are the safeties. Attack back to throw again. Sets. Throws down the field. Tipped away. Intended for Paulie Truth. And just like that, it's another 3rd and 10 plus.
You know, it's I'll make a comment. It's kind of maybe a silly one since it's not producing anything, but I really like how Patak's awareness of the rush. Colin, he drifts around left to right, and whatever he needs, buys more time. He just can't get a receiver open against this dingy Atlanta defense.
Throw down the middle. Pass is tipped away, incomplete. There's Chris Henry there, and the Chicago drive stalls, and Philip DeField will be on for the punting duties for the Warriors. Top kicker is the place kicker. The fielder is number 3 in your program. Punt is away. Hits at the 5, will land at the 3 and down. Did Majors down it before the ball crossed the plane? We'll see. Oh, they say it's down at the 4.
Ooh.
Or the 3-yard line.
Well, you know, they did get, I had mentioned, because I'm so smart, that at least you want to get some first downs to get some field position advantage. And looky here, boys and girls. Pins him at the 3.
Here's the give to Hubba Kimbrell, and Kimbrell rumbles ahead, picks up 9 yards. He's joined in the backfield by Hall of Famer BDG Hollywood, Hattori Hanzo at fullback, Brian Dynasty is quarterback. Wide receivers, Fox Highwind, Siege Falco, Hall of Famer Boot Chisholm, and Ryan Roosevelt. Why not Arrowlots, the tight end? As they give to Hollywood on 2nd down, and he only gains about a half a yard before Bond. Alex Bond brings him down to one of 2 strong safeties Chicago has, along with the rookie Kronk Worthy, Melonius Manning, Ricky Robinson, Derek Majors, who downed the punt, is the other corner along with K Magic.
Tell me Bond is 00 or 07 or 007.
No, he wears number 29.
Oh, 29.
And Hollywood this time gets the carry and will get the first down.
Hollywood doing Hollywood things.
Darko Young, Sean Parrott are the defensive linemen up front. Doug Day, DJ Kilgan, and Intellimax Scarborough are the linebackers. Astro Smith snaps the ball to Bryant Dynasty. Roy McCroy is the rookie guard along with Bobby Falco.
Rock me Amadeus.
Throw down the middle and it's picked off. Picked off in the middle of play by number 23. That's Cronkworthy. And that time, Rick, he pulled the right lever, not the wrong lever.
The wrong lever. Excuse me. There we go. Well, surprise, surprise.
Nope.
Chicago's in business.
They take over at the Atlanta 17-yard line, so premium field position.
Yeah, red zone starting position. Always a good thing.
4 wide.
And he's got to remember he's got a field goal in his back pocket.
Attack. Will throw to the end zone. And just like that, in one play, Paulie Troop rolls it in. It's a touchdown for Chicago.
Hey, let's go, eh? Oh, my God. We're going to go have some hot dogs at Ed DeBevick's after the game, don't you know?
And they're loving it down there on the field.
Yeah, I love the killer instinct there on the sudden change. Let's throw one in the end zone and see what happens. And they pick up 6.
Top keeper on to try the extra point attempt. And Paulie Truth, the team's leading wide receiver, he's probably going to be an all-star selection based on some of the crazy numbers he's put up. As Kiefer boots the extra point through, and with 6:38 to go, it's 7-0 in just one play.
So, Colin, I understand that the SFL has a convention or something every year. Is that right? They do? Yeah, is that a yes?
Yep. Yep.
Have they announced where it is? Is there going to be one this summer? Have they announced where it is?
Yep. As Siege Falco has to get tackled by the kicker. The ball gets out to the 40.
Where would such a meeting take place?
It's going to take place in Baltimore.
All right. Well, there's another straight ahead return by
Falco almost popped up the other side.
He almost did, didn't he? From the end zone shot. That was a lot dicier for Chicago than it looked on the sideline shot, buddy.
Ball is on the Atlanta 40 regardless. Only one all-time meeting between these teams, and that was back a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Back in season 20.
Wow.
And when Chicago was in Seattle at the time, so this is the first ever meeting in Chicago. And Hubbard Kimbrell picks up 4, at least 2nd and 6.
Season 20, did they keep the record books in cuneiform tablets or something? How do we even know? Have those records back that far? What are we in season 24?
Yes, we are in season 24. It's a nice tackle made by Melonius Manning, number 37 there.
For those you boys and girls that are watching at home, I'm getting the stink eye from the talent here next to me because I'm talking too much and getting him off his game. Oh no.
There's Dynasty to throw on Hawaiian, sets up with 5 wide. He'll sprint out. You see a lot of teams do this. Throw it down the middle. Falco Olsen in for a first down.
And that's why it can kind of drag the defense a little bit, or the secondary, and get them out of position. For that quick sprint. Sorry, go ahead.
And for Dynasty, he had passing yardage coming in just over 1,151, 4 touchdowns, 8 interceptions coming in. With that last one he threw, he's up to 9. And Mr. Worthy, the young man, that is his 5th interception, which leads the team. He had 4 coming in, which is 4th most in the league. So that's definitely a defensive rookie of the year candidate, as Atlanta will pick up 3 on the ground there.
With Hollywood, and that's an important part of their mix, is having some production and regular carries from Hollywood. Really lets them open up their playbook a little bit more in the passing game if that's working.
Dynasty back to throw, fires, catch made for the first down. That is Fox Highwind on the reception. He also is the team's GM off the field. Hollywood, 96 carries coming in, only 282 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and just under 3 yards a carry, so a bit of a down year for the Hall of Famer, and they've had to lean more on number 3 at quarterback.
Yeah. By the way, I went to simfl.net, excuse me, and I found some information on that convention you were speaking of earlier.
Draw play at the middle will pick up 1. What did you find? What did you find?
Well, it's got all kinds of stuff like when and where and so forth.
More information will be coming later, but I appreciate you finding it for everybody. Dynasty changes the play. Look at the defenders in the box for Chicago. They got all those people up there, and they throw right over the top, and Fox Highwind catches it, but oh no, he's down.
Oh,
he's
no.
down and injured. Oh no.
Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, and he's banging the turf. He's not feeling too spiffy there, Colin.
310 yards and 25 grabs coming in. He'll have to lead the game for the moment, but
he did get off under his own power.
First and goal. Ball just short of the 5-yard line. Anzo, the fullback, in front of Kimbrell. Oh, that's Hollywood rather. Oh, that play got blown up in the backfield, and he was lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The linebacker was almost instantaneously at top of him, but Derek Majors cleans up the mess. No gain on the play, 2nd and goal. Yep, Chisholm lining up at the 2nd tight end spot. Back to throw is Dynasty to the end zone. Touchdown.
Whoa.
Ryan Roosevelt making it look easy. 2nd receiving touchdown of the year. And Atlanta's an extra point away from a tie.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, trading some touchdowns here. The Rick Meter is intrigued in the early sledding of this contest here in the Windy City.
As Sammy Steele on for the extra point. And it's up and good. 9 plays, 61 yards, just over 3 minutes taken off the clock. And just like that, Rick, we're tied at 7. Chicago, 4.5-point underdog at home, over under 41.5, according to our friends over at Jack's Data.
Indeed. And though they have similar records, as you talked about, Colin, Atlanta might be the better team of these two, even though they would appear to be evenly matched. I think the Jack's Data people recognize that, and here's an injury.
Oh, a special teamer for Atlanta getting injured. Ricky Prohl, the injured party down there, number 81, on the return, and he has to leave the field. So the receiving left shirt getting a little shuffle with the injury to Fox Highwind, who says he just logged in. What happened?
Well, you got injured.
Well, yeah, people are telling him that.
How would you describe that? All of a sudden, they just cut to him on the turf. I didn't see the injury event.
Attack back to throw, fires, pulling through for the catch, and why not? He rumbles down to the 40-yard line before Miraculous brings him down. And the fans here are loving that one as the big tight end goes rumbling down the field. And when I say big, folks, I mean big. He's 6'6", 251 pounds.
Woo. That boy's a freight train. So Colin, I went to simfl.net and I found out the SFL meetings or convention is July 10th through 14th. That's coming up.
Play clock at 7. Here's the pitch out to Baloo Scott, and she picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. She come out of retirement to play for the Warrior franchise. She was with the club in Seattle before they moved here. Second and 7. There's Pauly Truth. They flexed him out wide as a wide receiver. Oh boy, I hate to be a defensive back back there for Atlanta trying to cover that guy. Here's the get to Dean Jackson, and he squeezes ahead for a yard, but not before Quanah Shine brings him down.
Yeah, those little runs and swing passes to the right side, Colin, Atlanta's got that pretty well defended.
Quanah Shine, the Hall of Famer at outside backer. He's joined by Jeff Spicoli, number 56.
Danger is my business.
As Patak back to throw. Patak, shuts off the sack. Now he has to run up the middle. Has room for first down. Doesn't slide and takes it down for another Warrior first down.
Kind of got slung around square dance style there at the end of this. Watch this. He grabs him around the waist and throws him down.
2 carries for 22 yards so far, and seen a lot of that.
I don't know. I did square dancing one time. I don't think the caller was very good at it. Say things like swing your partner around and around, hit him in the head, throw him down, something like that. Maybe I went to the wrong square dance class.
Dean Jackson again up the middle, and the big fullback lining up there as the single tailback will pick up 5 yards. And people are still amazed that Patak was able to escape out the back door as we approach under a minute to go in the first.
It was a little Houdini right there for sure. He was down in the backfield, then he pushed his way through the O-line, D-line scrum and picks up that first down.
Check out the Warrior socks. They feature one of the stars off of the city flag on the back of the socks.
Oh, the Chicago City flag. Yeah, has how many stars does the Chicago City flag?
3, but these socks only have 1. As it's 3rd and 1, they give up the middle, and the fullback will lose 2 yards, but they're still in field goal range. Hardaway on the attack. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's Colin is going to the convention something that you might have an interest in, the SFL convention, July 10th through 14th in Baltimore. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Think about doing that. Well, let me check it out.
And keeper misses the field goal. So Chicago thought they had 3 points in their back pocket, but that wind proved to be a little tricky as it drifted too far to the right.
Yes. I'm not sure it drifted so much as he may have just pushed it to the right, Colin, because that seemed fairly straight liney.
That's the second strange miss that I've seen personally in SFL games this weekend. Of course, Darkington missed one.
Yeah,
in their game versus Baltimore versus Arizona.
You know what the fancy word for a straight line is? Here's your first vocabulary word of the day. We've done a disservice to our listeners. We have not had very much vocabulary, and
that's the end of the first quarter. We are tied at 7 apiece. You're watching the Simulation Football League here on the Virtual Football Network.
What are the odds of having like 3 sets of twins for the Chicago cheerleaders? There, I just noticed that.
That's got to be rare.
Anyway, fancy word for straight line? Got any idea?
No.
Tangent.
There we go.
The tangent. Yeah.
Tangent. Ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Pays to enrich your word power.
Hollywood on a carry.
Oh, he gets it. Yeah.
And he gets the first down. Our statisticians, Corey Manor and Ron Haynes. Thank you, fellas, for keeping track of the facts and figures for us. And so far, the early facts and figures. Hollywood, 18 yards on 8 carries, with a long of 6. Kimbrell, 2 carries, 13 yards. And Ty Patak, 2 of 5, 55 yards and a touchdown. As Albert Kimbrell gets another carrier, he'll pick up 3 yards.
All right. Well, I'm going to, I think I'm going to look into booking some rooms here and stuff for that convention thing.
Oh, well, you're very topical. I'll get to why in a second.
Oh, all right.
Dynasty changes to play. There's a heavy 5-man front. Back to throw. Oh, it's picked off! Picked off and running back the other way for Chicago. It's Crocworthy. He definitely pulled the big lever as he scores 6 points for his team on the interception.
Let's do some back handsprings. Why don't we, everybody? That's amazing. Who needs a field goal kicker when you could get your second interception as a team and you can house this one?
And that's his first career defensive touchdown scored as Top Keeper looks to make this a touchdown lead.
Let's see if he can make this one. There it is.
It's right down the magic mile.
Right, the magnificent mile. So close. So close. Michigan Avenue. How about that?
Right down Michigan Avenue.
Right down Michigan Avenue.
8:58 to go, and it's already 14-7. Bryant Dynasty. He was really good in that first quarter, but he's thrown 2 incompletions technically in this game, Rick. Both have been to the other team. Just incredible stuff right there. Hey, listen up. That convention we've been talking about for months, and well, you better make your plans now before flights get more expensive and work says you can't go. The 2025 convention kicks off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pole of our host hotel, the Hydro Agency, and reserve room now at the special group rate at SFL.net, like my partner here.
Yeah, so I just pulled up the map here, Colin, and for us from our world headquarters here in Ann Arbor, it's an 8-hour drive.
Not bad. Hollywood picks up 3 yards, and all of a sudden, Rick Atlanta has to pick off the pieces because momentum turned against them in the blink of an eye as it's his 2nd and 7 here. My colleague's probably dreaming about the buffet he saw on his way in. As Kimbrell will pick up a first down, stepping out in front of the Chicago bench, just taking this little pitch out. Nice blocking.
Yeah. Well, and they've got, all of a sudden Atlanta's got to chase some points. I don't know that they'd expected that, but that's an experienced team. Colin got a lot of vets, right? Tell me some of the vets.
Well,
Hollywood,
obviously. Chisholm's been here forever, 17 years. Ryan Roosevelt's been around for 8 years, albeit his first year with the team. Siege Falco's been here for 13. And several members of the offensive line, both tackles, have been here for 5, and Earl.
Yeah.
He spent all 4 years here, so Atlanta's good about bringing guys in, and once guys are here, they have a tendency to want to stay here.
Exactly. It's a good group of people. I can understand that.
Go over the middle, slant catch, man. There's Bo Chisholm, the Hall of Famer. That sets up at 3rd and 5.
All right, so I'm going to go. I'll show you how easy this might be. So off the website, simfl.net, there's a link to the hotel. Now, Colin, I got to be back for meetings on the 15th, so we might have to leave on Sunday, the 13th. Don't at me. Yeah, I know. Someone's got to make money around here.
Dynasty. Oh, what a catch! Deej Falco with a defender draped all over him. The defender was stuck to him like glue. As we get another look at it here, Dynasty just threading this one in there, and number 32, Ricky Robinson. Ooh, he was really close, Rick.
He was so close.
Right. We have a 1st and 10 as we're touching under 7 to go. It's a 14-7 game. And the two teams that Chicago has beaten, they have not won a game. A fumble, and the Warriors fall on the ball. Oh my goodness,
no.
Holly with the Hall of Famer fumbled the ball away as it was punched out of his hands and right into the hands of a defender, Rick. What? Ooh.
Yeah, I think he surprised him a little bit. And ball security is always important, and maybe, I don't know, lost concentration or didn't expect it. You always got to expect the unexpected.
It was Ricky Robinson who forced the fumble. Number 50 for Chicago fell on it, and the Warriors have it 1st and 10 on their 24.
All right. The Rick meter approves.
Already up by 7.
of Ricky Robinson. Let me finish my my bit. I'm talking. Hey, don't give me the fish shake. Sinister fish shake.
Jackson falls forward for a pickup of 5 yards.
So I can pick a room here, Colin. I got our dates, and hey, I can even specify an accessible room. That's kind of important for us.
Oh yeah. There's Baloo Scott, the single back behind. Attack now. They motioned Fullerton. He'll be behind Baloo. But they pitch it out to Scott the other way, so a little bit of eye candy, and it works for the 1st down. As they do a bit of window dressing, but end up pitching it to the other side of where they motion the receiver.
Yeah. Oh, can I just say, by the way, in the world of haberdashery, there's your second vocabulary word, tangent, now haberdashery. I like the CW logo.
On the shoulder? Yeah, absolutely.
And then people in the stands have like T-shirts and sweatshirts with that on there.
Patak, he's completed 2 passes, the one for a touchdown, but he missed another one there. That's the thing when you look at a guy like Ty Patak. He's very athletic. Quarterback also puts together these offensive game plans. He has a tendency to miss long, more so than other quarterbacks, but he hits it right on the money there. He's the money man himself, John Fullerton, number 84. As Baloo Scott pops in the chat, says, "Hi all, let's go Warriors."
Let's go.
Get a look here. The early team stats. Chicago's definitely catching up. Yardage about even on both sides. As another throw down the middle. There's Tita Queen. As the royalty makes her first appearance of the ball game, and that excites the crowd here at the Thermopylae, as they call their stadium here in the Windy City.
Thermopylae, all right. Good ancient Greek name, eh? Oh, the Thermoplex. What are you talking about? Did you forget how to read English? Thermoplex. Thermopylae. Your classical education is showing there. Whoops.
Pass incomplete, intended for Polly Truth. Mike O'Neill is the defensive coordinator. Sean Parrott is the team's general manager. Jack is also has an ownership stake along with Paulie Truth and John Fullerton and Doug Day. Listed owners. True balls in, another catch, and that's good for a first down. The only meeting between these teams, Atlanta won by 20, 37-17. This is a Warriors squad that went 4-8 the first season here in the Windy City a year ago. They're 2-5. 3 catches and a touchdown for 65 yards is true. Thrown on the middle, it's intercepted. Gillette picks it up, and he's running back the other way. Only Patak can get him, and he gets him down at the 36.
Patak, all everything. As you mentioned, as a player and manager and owner, saves the touchdown there. It was a foot race. Wow.
Looking for number 14 there on the play, Gus Scott.
Well, Atlanta dodges a Chicago bullet right there.
You know, I tell you, Chicago, particularly on defense, has some all-name players. You know, DJ Kilgannon, Melodious Manning, K Magic, Cronkworthy, Max Scarborough. And their special teams unit has some fun names. Those are definitely going on the all-name team. And no slouch either. Ryan Dynasty back to throw. Screen pass out to Hollywood, and Hollywood over the law on his last carry cradles the ball in his arms, and that's good enough for first down. Invites the rush into the defense, and nice spin move there on that's Magic there with the red sleeves, number 24. As it's a 1st and 10 under 4 minutes to go. Dynasty under the center. Each Falco lined up on one of the tight end spots. Motion booches him down to the other side of formation. Quick drop slant over the middle. Airlock with the reception, and they'll give him 9.5 yards for the first down. It'll be 2nd and less than 1. 8 of 11 you see, but the 2 incompletions have been those 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's crazy. Technically all completions.
It's just 2 to the other team. Hollywood stopped. No gain. Now there's big old Doug Day.
Hey, Doug Day.
He tackled that ball carrier like he saw a Twinkie or something. He hopped all over the ball carrier and like, oh boy. 3rd and inches. Again, they line up in the I formation. Turn, give, and it's not going to be enough. In fact, they lost the yard. Rockwood, the rookie, makes the initial penetration, and Atlanta will be forced to punt. We'll see Ken Miller on the field for the first time. All the offenses get on the field for the first down. I was hoodwinked. They must have called it off. Arrow out in motion. The stadium picks up a Jana defense. 5 men across the front for Chicago.
They're trying to draw. They snap it,
and they give it. It works with Kimbrell. Burrowing in behind his fullback, and number 26 there with the bulging neck roll. Good enough for the first down.
Bulging neck roll. And the rest of him pick up the first down. Nice.
They get one more playoff before the 2-minute warning. Dynasty down the field. It's intercepted. Oh my goodness. This time hauling it in is Melodious Manning.
Wow. More picks, please.
Please, sir. May I have some more? This is the Chicago team.
Yes.
And in spite of all its flaws, Richard.
Yes.
Has accumulated 12 takeaways, coming in 9th most in the league.
Wow.
They do have a -4 turnover differential, but that is the 4th total turnover forced by Chicago. And their 3rd interception of Manning. They'll get one more play before the 2-minute warning. As they start in their own 18, pitch out to Dean Jackson. Jackson with a couple blocks, cuts inside, picks up 4. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Oh my goodness.
And Chicago is in a very interesting position here. They're up by 7. Opportunity to add more to the lead. Colin Northrop, Rick Northrop here in the booth with you.
Yeah.
The Warriors sitting
There's a first
2-5 at the Central Division. If Jackson will pick up the first down.
Hey, here's a small update for those of you just joining us, or those that are waiting with bated breath. We did go to. We were intrigued by the Simulation Football Annual Convention this year in Baltimore at the Hyatt Regency Baltimore Inner Harbor. So I went on the website, found all the information I needed. I've checked our family schedule, and it works for us. And there's a big completion.
Paulie Troop down the middle, hauls it in. Clock running with 1:30 left. All 3 timeouts for Chicago.
I hit the link for the hotel, and I just booked my rooms. Easy peasy. So we've got that.
There you have it, folks. Live on-air confirmation that the Northrops are in fact coming to the convention.
That's how easy it is, everybody. If you've got the time and the resources to make it happen, we'd love to see you there. If not, totally understand.
Back to throw, attack over the middle. Either Green with the reception, holds it in. Will pick up 3 yards, and now Chicago starts burning their timeouts. Like you're throwing Coleman to the firebox of his steamer.
That's right. Yeah, and just as a side note, of course, it's a little bit of theater there. Of course, you know, we've been to every convention that Cam's ever put on, and we even had a personal visit from Mike and Kelly Daggs a few weeks ago to invite us to go to this one. So, of course, we were going to go. But,
throw is incomplete as Patak. He was 7 of 13.
Just wanted to show you how easy it is to set yourself up.
He has thrown an interception.
Oh, yeah, there's a football game going on. Sorry about that. I'll see if they can make something out of here with the last 59 kicks.
They got a bunch to the bottom now. Almost in one receiver down
way
to that side. Look how far the splits are from top to bottom.
Yeah. Sideline to numbers.
Throw down the middle, Truth on the reception.
It works because they had a lot of room. That wasn't the only open receiver either, Colin.
And Atlanta, they're sitting 3rd in the Eastern Division. They have a 1-1 division record, 4-2 overall. They lost last week as Truth is now over 100 yards. They lost last week 23-6 to the Houston Headhunters at home. Here's Patak. Oh, he had a man open, but he just overshot Gus Scott. It'll be 2nd down. Second and 10.
Yes.
51 seconds left. 1 timeout remaining for Chicago. Got in motion to the bottom. Back to throw is Patak. Patak fires complete to Scott this time. He didn't miss him, and they'll burn their final timeout here as it's a 1st and goal to go situation.
Situation.
Okay, you mentioned earlier, Rick, that
Yes.
Chicago was the home on both sides of the family. Can't wait to hear some stories to share with the general populace.
For me to
second half.
Are you kidding?
Oh my goodness! They say danger is his business, and boy, he made type attack with a rather dangerous decision.
Yeah. Spicoli with his friend Mr. Hand there. He's good hands on that pick. That's amazing. I'm losing track of how many scoring opportunities have been snuffed out by timely interceptions, either in the red zone or in the end zone itself, the Zona Rosa.
2nd interception for Patak. It's now 9 of 18 for 170. Dynasty throws. Oh, tipped away, incomplete, looking for Arrowlot.
You know, and you could say Atlanta's dodged a couple bullets, but on the other hand, you could say Atlanta's defense is rising to the occasion to snuff out these scoring drives by Chicago, keeping it a 1-score game here most likely before we head into the locker room.
Wow. look at this little nugget from Ron Haynes here. It's just every possession in the second quarter has been a turnover of some kind. Remember, we did add that fumble that Chicago recovered off of Atlanta.
Yeah, so that punch out. You're right.
As Manning makes the tackle, setting up a 3rd and 8, and you know what? I think Atlanta decided, you know, we're just not going to find out, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah. We're not going to fool around here. Going to head into the locker room. Not going to take any chances. The rate it's going, there'll be another turnover.
There's about a 7-second difference between play clock and game clock. As Dynasty steps up.
Oh, are you kidding?
Last play and a half. Why not? Is going to charge into the end zone, and Atlanta's an extra point away from a tie.
Wow.
How did they lose the big tight end down the middle of the field?
Yeah, how was I so wrong? They're going to head into the end zone. No, they're not. The tight end is loose.
6'4", 250. He just got loose down the middle of the field.
He kind of screws around there at the end. His time has expired. Wow.
Well, that was really close to being across the line of scrimmage, according to some observers.
Yeah, it was. He was standing on that yellow line of scrimmage. It certainly appeared. No challenge flag. Of course, the entire body has to be across that line.
And the booth is not going to review it. And it's a 9-play, 79-yard drive, taking the remaining 41 seconds off the clock. As a lightning strike from the Swarm, 78 yards down the field, the air lot. And we reached the first half. And Rick, it's been crazy.
That's for sure. Well, quite an interesting first half, Colin. For whatever reason, you and I have called a couple of snoozers this season, but this first half is making up for that. As here you get some highlights.
As you see that both defenses have made some plays. You see the numbers for Patak. He's got the 2 carries, Pauly Truth 5 grabs, 106 yards and touchdown there that you see. The halftime player is, unsurprisingly, Pauly Truth. 21 yards per catch, just absolutely crazy. And let's take a halftime break from the folks at Breaks GPT. Break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you a shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in at hitting a humongous headliner on the site, breaksgpt.com. Worth noting, we had some injuries in that first half. Fox Highwind went out with an injury after 2 receptions for 34 yards on both of his receptions. Brian Dynasty back to throw, dump it off short. Aralot, who had the touchdown of 78 yards, will pick up 3 there. We have a 2nd and 7.
Atlanta, fresh off scoring as time expired in the second quarter, gets the ball back and looking to see if they can now make put something on the board and make Chicago chase. Chicago.
Indeed. It's 3rd and 4. Ron Haynes and Corey Menor on stats. Cameron Irvine, producer extraordinaire. Second league headquarters, throws. Oh, what a catch! Why not Aralot? Climbing the ladder for that one, and he says, giant pass, why not? I can go grab it. Whoop!
Oh my. Yeah, almost a similar occurrence as that scoring play at the end of the half, Colin.
See the numbers there. Over 100 yards for that grab. Dynasty throws in the face of Evie Foots, and it's incomplete. Looking for Torianzo, but guess who? Rockworthy was there once again.
Well, this is the part of the game, Colin, where we like to ask the question, what the heck's going on with the Rick meter?
What's going on with the Rick meter?
Funny you should ask. Rick meter is still at neutral. This game is tied, and the Rick meter's at neutral. Not sure how this one's going to go.
Atlanta trying to change that narrative. Throw down there to Roosevelt. All in for a first down catch. Worthy, the team's highest rated draft pick. He was picked in the second round, number 28 in the round.
Of course, the Rick meter brought to you by Bank Michigan. It's a new sponsor. Thank you to Bank Michigan for that. They also supplied the slide rules, the branded slide rules that the Rick meter staff uses, keeps in their pocket protectors. Rick meter is excited that this is a little bit of a dogfight, but it does want everybody to know that Chicago seems to have the better.
Oh, tipped in the air, incomplete. Oh, number 50 there for Chicago. He recovered the fumble earlier. In case you've forgotten already, that's Jason Gilden. It'll be second down.
Chicago does seem to have, in the first half anyway, had a little bit better presence on the field, if you will. Looked like they were going to score more often than Atlanta was going to score more often. As Ron Haynes pointed out, all the possessions ended in turnovers in the second quarter.
Throw to the end zone. Drop! Roosevelt had it in the end zone. He wasn't necessarily there by himself, the defender. That's Majors, number 25, went back to break it up in the last minute.
He did. Excellent play there. Saved a touchdown. They're going to have to dial up at least one more of those, shall the Warriors.
He's now 12 of 20. He does have those 3 picks, but he has thrown for 2 scores. Dynasty over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Chisholm, and Rick, they're going to have to settle for 3. So they get a double dip, but not the kind of dip they wanted.
Yeah, well, I think they'll take any points right here.
It's going to be a 30-yard attempt from Steele. And old Sammy is one of the more reliable kickers in the league, and he nails it.
Old Sammy Steele.
17-13 our score. As you got the drive particulars there. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network. This week with 11 SFL teams on the bye.
Yes.
SFL tonight, followed by UFL tomorrow and Monday. SFLM action returns on Thursday.
Yes.
And, the week will kick off at Mike and Gerald on Friday. So, just a bunch of exciting things here to look forward to as Manning gets it on the return.
That kickoff show is a good show. Gerald Smith was funny this past week, laying claim to everybody with the last name of Smith in the league as being part of his tribe. Especially several star performers, right?
Indeed. 7:48 to go in the third. Play clock had 5, 4. Here's to get to Jackson. Jackson stopped immediately.
Did somebody miss a tackle, or did Atlanta just have an extra hat on that side of the line? I'm not sure what happened there.
That's Wolf High Wind on the stop.
Ooh, woofy.
Fox's kid, father-son duo playing on opposite sides of the ball, but on the same team. Much like we are.
Wolfie, did he take over the bass playing job in their family band, Von Highwind? There's a really obscure cultural reference there. See if anybody gets that one.
Truth picks up yardage to make it a 3rd and 5. That's his 6th grab. He's up to 115 now. Average down just slightly from what it was in the first half.
Yeah, we didn't get a Tom Brady sighting at halftime, did we?
Oh, it's intercepted. And King Henry decrees, ye shall not pass the ball over thine head. And Chicago can't believe it as Patak turns it over once again.
Yeah. I don't know if we were slow on the draw to introduce Chat GPT or they just didn't have a video queued up this time. Maybe league headquarters can give us some info on that. I'm afraid, Colin, we might have messed that halftime up by talking too much. Anyway, 1st and 10 here.
From the Chicago 48. You see the drive summary up to that entire second quarter reads just like the most craziest thing I've ever seen. Pick 6 by Chicago. Then Atlanta fumbles. Chicago throws a pick. Atlanta throws a pick. Chicago throws a pick. Atlanta scores a touchdown. And they've done most of their damage on that left side. It's their 2nd and 1. Now in the situation, here's Hollywood. Burrows behind the fullback and picks up a first down.
You know what's interesting about that defensive set is they had a bunch of extra guys on the line. They only had 2 linebackers, first of all, and they were playing like 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. I mean, it's the odds or the probability of a run play on that short yardage down pretty high, and I'm not sure Chicago had the right defense on the field that time.
Here's Kimbrell on the carry. Carries the defender 4th, and he will gain 3 yards to his personal total. So we are now under 6 to go. Coach looking a little nervous on the sideline for the Warriors.
Right. He realizes the Swarm has their 3rd scoring chance in 3 possessions here, and that's not good. The Rick meter is also taking note of how Atlanta has turned this thing around.
Hollywood falls forward for another pickup of 2. How many likes do we have on the video so far? Not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL or SFL in action, and up the channel growth through your support.
We got a ton of viewers, not very many likes.
Bro, down to we're gonna get our first penalty of the game.
There's a hanky
I
sighting.
think the receiver was tackled well before the ball was thrown.
Tackled.
And oh boy, he's played a brilliant ball game. His young man Gronk Worthy, but he got called for this penalty here. Oh, they called it on 23, but yeah, he was impeding the progress of the receiver. I can buy that.
It's probably more of a penalty on the other player.
Derek Majors actually tackled it.
Actually, the actual tackler probably should have been assigned that penalty.
Here's the throw. Oh, it's low and caught at the 2.
That was janky. I think the Chicago D-line blew that up off the jump, and it was rushed, and maybe that was thrown into the turf intentionally because it wasn't very open.
We got split backs behind.
Right up the middle. Come on. Right up the
shifts.
middle.
There's a gap right over there in the center. They kind of go that direction. Touchdown, Atlanta. And the Swarm are up by 9.
And the
extra point.
home crowd is not happy, Colin. There was maybe some boo birds out here in the Windy City.
To be clear, they weren't saying boo earned. Boo earns either.
Boo what?
It's a Simpson reference.
Do you have a fever?
No, I do not have
a fever. You know what I prescribe? More cowbell.
The field goal is up and good. You know, I just keep admiring all the stone masonry texture that's on the walls around the stadium here. I love it.
Very good. Very, very attractive.
I know you're a big architectural aesthetics person.
Yeah, I like what they've done. I like what you did with the thing there and the thermoplex.
There's Fullerton on the return, and Mr. Easy Money returns it up to the 35.
Not to be confused with the B-52's most recent album called Funplex. And Chicago is not having fun right now in their own thermoplex, as they have allowed points on 3 straight possessions by Atlanta and find themselves in a 10-point hole. Yikes. Reminiscent of the quarry where they got all the stone for the attractive walls. here in the Thermoplex.
3 wide, 1 tight end is True. Single back is Jackson. Patak back to throw. Patak looking, throws underneath. Ollie Truth hauls it in. That's a pick up a 5. They have been feeding the big fella today, Rick. And, you know, when you're as talented as he is, it's not a bad strategy.
No, not at all. You got to go to your stars, the people who can deliver, your clutch players. Definitely is one of those. And the Rick meter is now saying lean Atlanta here.
Blue Scott on the pitch. She, gets the first down by the skin of her teeth.
Tough running there and a good second effort.
She needed the bare necessities and she got it for her first down.
Oh my gosh. How long have you been holding on to that one?
I've been waiting to use that.
Break out your Jungle Book and record that one.
Here's Jackson on the pitch. He'll pick up 3 yards. You know, the Chicago run game, they may not pop off for a lot of yards from time to time, but it's, you know, if you can get 3 chunks, 3 yards here, 4 yards there, sooner or later it adds up to a big number.
Yeah, you're getting first downs too if you can get 3 to 4 every time, every crack. Of course, the Rick meter gets criticized, you know, from time to time, sticking its neck out with a 10-point lead for Atlanta, and now saying lean Atlanta. But
Patak, he got absolutely smashed from behind.
The Rick meter knows what it's doing. Chicago still couldn't come back. So
Barrett went to the rookie defensive end, our first round pick. He just walloped the quarterback.
Wallop, that's a good one. I like that's a good old timey word. It's not a vocabulary word. We're gonna put that on the list along with haberdashery and tangent.
Only his 3rd sack of the year for the rookie. Sets up a 3rd and 16, and now Chicago has to throw.
Read to your kids, read to yourself. Build your word power.
Patak throws incomplete. Looking for T the Queen, but alas, coming up empty.
Yeah, maybe that was an intentional overthrow. I don't know. We've seen a couple of those to the right side on those deeper routes, and they just kind of get airmailed to nobody. Both teams have been guilty of that.
So the sack is a big turning point. Is the field is now on to punt.
Nice punt.
Fielded inside the 5 and returned it to the 19. So they pin Atlanta back deep inside the 20. There's Dyson on the return.
No stranger to being back near their own end zone, although they're out a fair bit here. Remember, they started at the 3 on one drive. They got all the way down. I think that ended in either the fumble or the end zone interception. But Atlanta's got an ability to put themselves into a scoring position from wherever they start. It would appear tonight, Colin. We got any more games going on tonight after this one?
We have Lexington and Queen City going on right now.
Yeah.
I
know you kind of like to get to that later, but I'm just curious.
And we do have a game at 9 o'clock. We have Pittsburgh and Nashville, followed by Washington and Carolina.
Oh, wow.
At 9:15 Eastern time. So a bit of SFL after dark action, if you will.
SFL after dark. Did you just make that up, or is the league office already put that out there? I love it. SFL after dark.
I've heard that term unofficially be used.
Yeah. Homage to Pac-12 after dark. One of my favorite things in the fall. Stay up late on Saturday night and watch football after the SFL football is over. Of course.
Roosevelt hauls it in.
Roosevelt.
He's been busy for sure.
Busy.
3 grabs, 50 yards.
Short drop.
Throw is incomplete. Chisholm has struggled a large portion of this ball game. That sort of encapsulates his night.
Encapsulates his night, yeah. Frustrating. I think they've Chicago's been keying on Chisholm. They know he can hurt you. And here's a flare out to the left side, and brings up third and second. Sorry.
Third and 2.
Third and second. Did I say that? What game are we watching?
Third and 2. 50 seconds left. Here's the good Hollywood. Ooh.
Hey, Fox Highwind in the chat brings up a good question. We haven't had an injury report. Not sure what's going on there.
League office
is what? Working on it?
He's a bit tied up at the moment.
A bit tied up. All right. The league office is busy. Here's a punt when fair catch is called.
At the 24-yard line is where Chicago will take over down 10. There's 17 seconds left to go into third.
It turns out the league office has had to is on the call on the other game, so
had to step in.
Yeah, it's always appreciated. We had to take a last-minute powder last week. Sorry to all of our adoring fans.
Attacks the throw over the middle. Oh!
Ouch!
T to Queen holds it in, and it's a nice positive little momentum.
T to Queen
for Chicago.
Pining for a touchdown in this game. Saw her in the chat before kick. Seeing if Pete Tack can oblige. Oblige? That's not really shouldn't be a vocabulary word. Everybody should kind of know that one, I feel. It's the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter. Put your numbers up. 4, 12, 68, 86, 93, and of course 29. Colin Northrop, Rick Northrop here in the broadcast booth with you.
Happy to be in the Windy City, my ancestral home, at least since England. That was about 5 centuries ago. Anyway.
Attack under the center. Turn give to Dean Jackson. Burrows ahead for a pickup of 1. I was complimentary to the run game earlier, but now that we're in the fourth quarter, Rick, you need to continue to press the ball vertically down.
Yeah, I think you got to, they had their game plan was working. I know there's been some adjustments. Justamente para Atlanta, quiero es importante para, establecimiento con passing game.
Jackson gets tackled down there by the leg.
So much for my crappy Spanish. Can you believe I actually used to speak Spanish for work?
Picks up 3rd and 7 there. And Chicago out of empty. Attack fires. Tipped in the air. Incomplete. Aquinas Giants has no siree. And the fans, well, they're starting to get a little frustrated in the stands.
Yeah, they're going to be even more frustrated when they find out the Rick meter's going from advantage Atlanta to probable Atlanta with 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. As Atlanta forces another punt by the Warriors. So the Rick meter doesn't speak in these terms, but it's not looking good for Chicago.
And the return is going to be tackled up at the 22. Week 10 gets started off on Friday with the Matt Wilson SFL kickoff show at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Mike and Joe will get you ready for another slate of games. Friday features Albuquerque, Florida at 8 p.m. Eastern, plus Atlanta, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Fort Worth and Bossier City, and Oklahoma City versus Washington right here on the Virtual Football Network. Oh, that was the turnover they desperately needed in Chicago.
They did.
But Gillen had the ball slip through like wet paint through his fingers.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Well, yeah, no, your term desperately insinuates or alludes to the fact that Chicago probably needs a defensive play, either turnover or turnover and score from the defense or special teams.
Second and 10, Dynasty sacked.
Well, that's helpful.
On the defensive tackle, number 94, Kosher.
Culture.
Up the middle, Ken, first name, on the sack there.
Kosher, yeah. You know, there was a great Red Wing, Joey Kosher, back in the day. He was one of the enforcers. Nice.
Yeah.
Not so nice.
He got, from what I understand, he got intimately acquainted with the penalty box a lot of times during games. It's Danny. Oh, killed it, almost had it again. And Chicago gets the stop. Let's see if the offense can do something with it.
You go for a block here if you got a block. If you think you've got an advantage or see an opportunity on film. Is this the time you do it?
Perhaps. Maybe if he was a couple of
Or you'd already
back.
put the return on, knowing you're probably going to end up with decent field position.
This is going. Oh!
Oh!
And Chicago, oh my goodness, they fell back on it. Beckham fell on it as Fullerton caught up the ball, but Chicago will take over to 39.
Wow.
Ooh, that was moments away from disaster.
Look at right there. Oh, just
Kimbrell fell
just
on it.
past the one player didn't get the number on that guy for Atlanta, but so close. Anyway, Chicago shakes it off and says, "Let's go, boys."
It reminds me of that Prince song that goes, "Let's get crazy, let's get nuts." Well,
interesting here, empty backfield. They swing the tight end over to the left side of the formation.
Paulie Truth's been their go-to bell cow. They don't go his way though, and they too long down the field for money. Fullerton incomplete.
Yeah, and another one of those sort of airmailed over everybody's head plays. We've seen a few of those tonight, again from both sides.
You know, Patek is a bit on the shorter side. He's 6 foot, 215 pounds. But he can definitely sling the rock. He has the arm for it. Fourth year,
nice.
Chicago's Queen was open down the middle to the 40-yard line, and just like that, they're in Atlanta territory.
Yeah, right on cue as you're talking about how he can sling the rock. He finds Tita Queen over the middle for yards.
13 to 26, so that's 50% of his passes. Season average coming in is about 46, so he's a couple points higher than his average coming in. As the Queen is now up to 64 yards on 4 receptions, 6 targets.
Like a crossing route in behind the linebackers here, but they're going to run.
Jackson up the middle, picks up 5. And I tell you what, this fullback has really impressed me. He's tall. He's 6'4", 245 pounds, but certainly doesn't run like it.
He runs better than your typical fullback.
It runs like somebody lighter.
Yeah,
is what I meant to say.
Yeah, well, that's not bad. I mean, if you're, what did you say, 6'2",
6'4",
6'4", that 250 on a 6'4" frame, that's not bad. Assuming it's mostly muscle.
Baloo Scott brings it back. Oh, she carries Moose Pepino on her back, and she got the first down on the little pitch play there. She's 5'11", 220. 4th season in the league with the team, 5th overall. Been a rookie year with us when we were the Motor City V8s.
Yep.
As Jackson, what a nice stiff arm by the big guy, and he gets out of bounds after a pickup of 8. So all of a sudden the Chicago run game. This is a club that is last in the league in terms of average yards per game with just under 60 yards a game.
Where are we at now? Do tell.
Well,
pray tell.
39 plus 23 plus 12.
Right.
Do the math.
They do the math. We say 39 plus 23
and 12.
75?
Yeah, they're above their average unofficially with a pair. 2nd and 2. Oh, a little draw play out the backside goes Baloo Scott.
Nice.
They cross him up.
Needs a couple, picks up many.
They've been throwing the ball a lot. 26 run attempts or pass attempts. So why not bust out the draw?
Yeah, and good ball fake there by Petak.
And Petak, you know, showing off a little bit of his ball handling. Baloo Scott's only 5'11", so she can hide behind those big linemen. When the play develops, Paulie Truth hauls in yet another catch. This time it'll grant him 4 yards down the field. Chicago is moving closer to the goal line, but the clock is moving closer toward 0.
Right, they need to efficiently stick this in the end zone. Of course, they can kick a field goal. They need field goal and touchdown to tie. Prefer to pick up the touchdown first.
Here's Gus Scott in motion, followed by Jay Miraculous.
Miraculous nearly runs over the back judge.
Back judge needs to be a little quicker than that as Baloo Scott is quick into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago! Whew. Oh my goodness. And the fans.
And the face painters in the front row.
They were excited. And Baloo Scott had a clean sailing path to the end zone. And for the young lady, that's only her 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. As the extra point, it's an important one to make this a 3-point game.
People were harassing the Rick meter for only doing advantage Atlanta. Told you the Rick meter was hedging its bets. Chicago can score.
8 plays, 60 yards, just under 3 minutes.
We got ourselves a ball game. We got a 1-possession game, Colin, with 5:08 to go.
And Petak goes, this is what we were looking for.
Got him right where we want him. It'll be on Chicago's defense.
Turned by Siege Falco up to the 34.
If they're going to pull this game out, and of course, the other side of that coin, it's on the Atlanta offense to salt this one away. The lead in the ball late in the 4th quarter. That's where you show whether or not you're deserving of winning this thing or not.
It's going to be interesting. 5:03 to go. 3-point game. Chicago 4.5-point underdogs over under 41.5. And I think we're at 45 now. So if you took the under, it's not looking good.
We're already hit the over. So the under is gone, and there's a nice catch.
It's Chisholm down the middle of the field. He's been quiet a lot of this game. He falls in there.
Kind of playing the possession receiver maybe on this possession. Possession on the possession.
At only 2
I don't possess
grabs,
very good vocabulary.
14 yards, and he picks up another 14 or so there. Dynasty tick below 300. Has 3 picks, including the pick 6.
With each first down that Atlanta can generate, they will put this time squeeze on Chicago as well.
Kimbrell surges ahead. Boy, I tell you what, that guy is intimidating. He's 6'2", 250 pounds.
Indeed.
And he's got a cool first name too, Hubba.
Hubba.
We're approaching under 4 minutes to go.
My favorite formation, the power I, right there.
And Hollywood, stopped the yard short by Cronkworthy.
They can take the game clock well under 3 minutes here. See how they do delaying their snap.
Well, the defensive line shifts. That middle is open. Should they
still
take it? No, they're going to draw.
Oh, my goodness. 20 seconds left, but it doesn't really matter as they are able to pick up that first down. But I think Atlanta's got to be more aware of the opportunity to burn game clock. Not be so quick to snap the ball.
And this is a veteran quarterback. Dynasty. He's no spring chicken. He's been around this team for 10 seasons now. They snap it at 21. Kimbrell.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Austin.
What are they doing?
Mr. Bond makes the stop.
Yeah, I mean, why? There's no spring chicken, like you say. Stop playing like an old hen relative to the clock here.
Now they're letting a little more time, but they're gonna throw. Ooh, catch made.
Well, I'll tell you, just those last 3 plays, they've left a minute on the clock. They could already be at the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 4. Dynasty now up over 300 yards thanks to that last completion. It's 3rd and 4. Atlanta trying to keep things moving. Chicago trying to say, no, you shall not pass any further. And they're going to throw. Oh, what a catch. That's Fox Highland. He was hurt in the ball game. He's now back in. What a time to make his entrance.
There's your injury report. Just coming off the bench. I guess he's okay. He's good to go.
That's a back-breaking first down just before.
Well, don't snap it. Go to the 2-minute warning. Come on. There they go.
And they finally listened to you.
Thank you.
If it's a 2-minute warning, you're watching the SFL here on the Virtual Football Network. Fox Highland now to 40 yards on 3 receptions. Atlanta can just salt this one away. They are well within Sammy Steele range. He's already made 1 field goal.
Well, they're going to get a series of Chicago timeouts here as well.
There's Hollywood. Ooh, almost broke up the other side, picked up 7, and here's the first timeout taken. Let's take a forecast look in the future, because that's always interesting to look at. I know you're always interested when I do that.
That's fun to say.
Okay. For both of these teams coming up here. And Chicago. Oh, Boo Chisholm hurt. So just when they get Fox back, the Hall of Famer has to.
Has to what?
Exit the field. 3rd and 4. 1:53 left. Chicago, thanks to the injury timeout, still has 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Here's to get to Hollywood. Rumbling. And no!
Oh, short?
His knee is stopped and he burned the second time out of Chicago. And they're going to be down to 1 timeout. As Sammy Steele is on for his 2nd field goal attempt.
And
it's good. So Chicago, their future schedule looks like this.
Hang on a second. So for Chicago, minute 45, they need a touchdown and the PAT to take the lead in this game, Colin. What's coming up for Chicago?
Well, on Monday, they have the Carolina Skyhawks at Raleigh.
Raleigh? Raleigh?
At Carolina.
There you go.
Before week 11 bye, and then they travel to Albuquerque in week 12, and then they have a week 13 bye, and then they finish up week 14 at Queen City before finally coming home for the season finale against Indianapolis, Friday, April 11th. For Atlanta, they have Indy at home, followed by a trip to Denver to take on the 4-3 Red Wings. Then the Skyhawks, which is a divisional matchup for them in week 12, before traveling to the Sooner State to take on the Renegades before week 14 bye. They're wrapping up the season on the road against the Nashville Tempo as the pass intercepted. Zach Lay. Ooh, he was weaving his way, and he goes down to the 6.
He was smelling the end zone, and also the funeral pyre for Chicago Warriors, as it's a timely pick here.
Zach Lay's 2nd pick of the ball game, and credit to big old 76 there, saving what could have been an interception return.
Wow, very exciting, exciting finish to this game, Colin. Remember, Chicago was giving 4.5 or getting 4.5. Sorry. So Atlanta is going to cover here.
Here's Atlanta down to the about the 2. I'm going to call it update from league headquarters. The game between Lexington and Queen City as of the 4th quarter with 8:38 to go was tied at 17 apiece. And you know, that was the last time out Chicago had, so Atlanta will just go to victory formation.
They will. They will. Thought they might go try and get another score here, but they're going to be nice about it. They've got the game obviously in hand. No need to rub it in.
Definitely a classy, conciliatory move.
Well, they'll probably kick a field goal here after 4th down, but
there's Michael Neal in the chat. How you doing, sir? His Warriors will drop to 2-6. Atlanta inches themselves 1 game closer to 500 at 3-4. And Sammy Steele will put the finishing touches on everything. He's already made 2 field goals, and he's looking for a 3rd.
Yeah, to be able to take this down to about 12 seconds left on the game clock when they kick off to Chicago with a 2-score lead, assuming this is successful. Ooh, and it is.
It's now 30-21.
It's a 9-point lead. You know, there's an interesting strategy question. You know, if they weren't able to completely use the whole clock, why did they keep running? Why did they stick it in the end zone? Maybe didn't want to risk a fumble, Colin?
Yeah,
Possibly
especially
on the goal line.
Risk a fumble and then maybe something bigger happening.
I don't know how to run it. That's me, Mr. Vegas.
Kickoff booms out of the end zone, 16 seconds. Chicago is down to 0 timeouts.
They have precisely 0 timeouts. Well, let's see what they got dialed up. They're not. They got to get 2 scores in 16 seconds. Come on.
The Warriors definitely. They hung around for a while, but in the end, it's just that Atlanta veteran experience.
Well, they had a lead on Atlanta. Atlanta had to chase them a little bit, and then it was those 3 possessions. The one right before the half, and then the first 2 coming out in the 3rd quarter, Colin. They scored on all 3. I think that was the difference. Oh, by the way, the Rick Meters book it for Atlanta. Book it for Atlanta. Sticking its neck out with 12 seconds to go.
Yawn. Ron Haynes.
Nobody.
Corey Manor. Keeping track of the vaccine figures.
Thank you so much.
Cameron Irvine doing these amazing graphics here.
Oh, there it is.
We're going to get another pick. Anthony Weil on the return. And it's just more icing on the Atlanta cake. And for Chicago,
well, and he's not going to slide short of the end zone for that defensive player.
And Weil, he's been around a lot of places.
Yeah.
He's landed in Atlanta, and I tell you what, this defense.
Well, the Rick Meter's saying, I told you so.
They've been really good.
And there we go. 37-21 is your score with 007 seconds left.
And you see the faces there in the Chicago bench. They really did in that first half play close, but
yeah, it was
now the 5th pick for Patak.
Yeah, it was a great first half, tied at halftime, and then they just get outscored.
Return, Thelonious Manning. Ooh, tackled with 1 second left in his own 30.
They get outscored 23-7, the Chicago in the second half, and that's all she wrote.
So one final play here to play out the string here in the Windy City.
Interesting QBRs. Nothing necessarily to write home about. I have Brian Dynasty at 75.9, near his sort of average, career average. Patak, sorry, it's at 43.8.
Throw down the field, and Weil with his second grab.
About to go lower.
As that's now the 6th interception.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just
second for Weil.
Just a tire fire here at the end for Chicago. Sorry for that. Friends and family of Chicago Warriors may want to avert their eyes to some of these highlights coming up. And think about a player of the game here too, Colin.
Oh, there's plenty of choices, but you know, I gotta give a shout out to you know, Hollywood had the one rushing touchdown, but Arrowhead 129 yards on just 5 grabs. Of course, 78 came on the long bomb before the half.
You could make a case that maybe the defensive secondary could be a player of the game. How many picks did they have?
6.
4? 6? Yeah, so
4 guys hit 2 picks by themselves, Zach Lay and Anthony Weil.
Yeah.
Look at the yardage here. First downs even. Third downs similar.
Yeah.
Actually, Chicago outrushed Atlanta. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Not too dissimilar, but I'm going to go back to Atlanta's ability to snuff out scoring opportunities by Chicago. Obviously, they wish they'd had 2 or 3 of those back, right? So, anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Colin Northup here, Rick Northup. Thank you to our statistician friends, Corey Minner and Ron Haynes, and of course, Cameron Irvine, as always.
In the booth, pulling double duty tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you all, and have a good night.